Welcome to Speak English Confident. I'm Nora, and I'm very happy you are here today. Today we are going to talk about something deeply human, something almost everyone feels, but many English learners struggle to express. We are going to learn how to talk about your lifelong dreams in English in a way that sounds natural, realistic, and confident. Because many learners tell me the same thing. They say, I have dreams, but when I speak English, I sound childish. Or they say, I worry people will think I am unrealistic. Maybe you feel this too. Yes, actually, that sounds exactly like me. When I talk about dreams in my own language, I sound serious and thoughtful. But in English, I suddenly feel like a teenager saying, I want to be rich or I want to change the world. And then I feel embarrassed. That is very honest, Mile, and many learners feel the same. The problem is not your dream. The problem is vocabulary tone. English has different emotional levels. Some phrases sound childish. Some sound arrogant. Some sound unrealistic. But there are also beautiful, balanced phrases that sound calm, mature, and believable. Today we begin learning those. So it's not wrong to talk about big dreams? Not at all. In fact, people respect you more when you can express your dreams clearly and realistically. The key idea today is this. You are not selling a fantasy. You are sharing a direction. Let's start with a very common mistake. Many learners say, I want to be very successful. This sentence is correct grammatically, but emotionally it feels vague. Successful how? Successful where? Successful doing what? When something sounds unclear, listeners may think the speaker has not thought deeply. Instead, we can soften and clarify. For example, I hope to build a career where I can grow continuously. Do you hear the difference? Yes, it sounds calmer, more serious. Exactly. Let's look at another example. Many learners say, my dream is to become famous. This can sound unrealistic in professional conversations. Instead, you can say, I would love to create work that reaches many people. Now the focus is contribution, not ego. So the dream stays big, but the wording becomes mature. Yes, beautifully said. English conversations, especially serious ones, value humility and intention. You are showing purpose, not showing off. Let's try something together. Imagine someone asks you, what do you want to do in the future? Many learners freeze here. Yes, my brain suddenly becomes empty. That happens because you try to find a perfect answer, but native speakers usually give evolving answers, not perfect answers. Here is a natural structure you can use. First, show reflection. Second, share direction. Third, show openness. Listen carefully. I'm still exploring my path, but I hope to work in a field where I can help people solve real problems. This sounds thoughtful and honest. I like that. It doesn't sound too confident or too unsure. Exactly. It sounds human. Now let's talk about emotion. Dreams are emotional topics, and many learners become nervous because dreams reveal identity. You are not only speaking English, you are showing who you are, so your voice becomes more sensitive. Have you ever felt nervous talking about your future? Yes, especially talking to someone older or more successful. I feel like my dreams sound small or maybe foolish. That feeling is very normal. But here is something important. Confidence in English does not come from having big dreams. It comes from describing your journey honestly. Let's learn a powerful phrase. I'm working toward. For example, I'm working toward becoming more confident in my field. I'm working toward building my own business someday. I'm working toward a lifestyle that gives me balance. This phrase is magic. Why? Because it shows effort, not fantasy. Oh, I like that. It sounds active. Yes, it shows movement. Dreams become believable when they include progress. Now let's imagine a real-life situation. You are at a job interview. The interviewer asks, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" Many learners panic, but you don't need a perfect prediction. You only need a thoughtful direction. Try this. In 5 years, I hope to have developed strong skills and to be contributing meaningfully to my team. Notice something important. We avoid extreme statements like, "I will be the best," "I will become a millionaire," "I will change everything." Instead, we show growth and contribution. So serious conversations prefer realistic language. Yes, not small dreams, just grounded language. Let's practice together. I will say a common dream sentence, then we improve it. Ready? Ready. Sentence 1. I want to be rich. How can we make this more natural? Think about what rich really means emotionally. Often it means freedom. So we can say, I hope to reach a level of financial stability that allows me to live comfortably. Wow, that sounds very professional. Exactly. Same dream, better expression. Next example. I want to help people. Good intention, but very general. Let's refine it. I hope my work can positively impact people's daily lives. Now it feels clear and meaningful. I notice something. These sentences sound calmer, almost peaceful. Yes, confident English often sounds calm. You don't need dramatic words. You need sincere ones. Now I want to talk about another emotional challenge. Many learners fear judgment. They think, if my English is not perfect, people won't take my dreams seriously. Have you felt that? Yes, many times. Sometimes I avoid talking about my future because I worry my English makes me sound less intelligent. I want you to hear this clearly. Your value is not measured by grammar perfection. People listen for clarity and sincerity. Even native speakers pause, hesitate, and search for words when talking about life goals. That is normal human communication. So instead of trying to sound impressive, try to sound honest. Here is another powerful phrase. I'm still learning. For example, I'm still learning what direction fits me best. I'm still learning how to balance ambition and happiness. This shows humility and maturity. I like that. It removes pressure. Exactly. You are allowed to grow publicly. Now let's explore a deeper emotional situation. Imagine you meet someone new at a networking event. They ask, "What motivates you?" This question feels big, but you don't need a dramatic answer. You can say, "I'm motivated by personal growth and the opportunity to make a difference even in small ways." Notice the phrase, even in small ways. It makes your dream realistic and relatable. That sounds very natural, not too big, not too small. Yes, balance is the secret. Let's practice speaking rhythm. Repeat after me slowly. I hope to. Pause. I'm working toward. Pause. I would love to. Pause. I'm still learning. Pause. These are safe, powerful dream phrases. They allow you to speak confidently even when your future is uncertain. I feel something interesting. When I use these phrases, I feel calmer inside. That's because language changes emotion. When your sentences feel realistic, your mind relaxes. Now I want to introduce an important idea. There are two types of dream language: fantasy language and journey language. Fantasy language focuses on results. Journey language focuses on growth. Professional conversations prefer journey language. Let me show you. Fantasy language, I will become extremely successful. Journey language, I want to keep improving and building meaningful experience. Yes, journey language feels more believable. Exactly. And here is something beautiful. When you speak this way, people often become curious and ask follow-up questions. That means the conversation continues naturally, and conversation continuation is real fluency. Now, Mile, tell me honestly, what is a dream you sometimes hesitate to say in English? Thinking tone. I think I want to create something meaningful, maybe a project or business that helps people learn. But when I say it directly, I feel afraid it sounds too ambitious. That's a wonderful example. Let's shape it together. Instead of saying, I want to build a big successful business, you could say, I hope to develop projects that support people's learning and growth. Do you hear how respectful and realistic that sounds? Yes, it sounds like someone who has a vision, but also
Nora, can I ask something honest? Sometimes I don't know if my dreams are clear enough to explain. When someone asks about my future, I feel confused inside. So even in my own language, I hesitate. In English, the hesitation becomes even bigger. That is a very important feeling, Miley. Many people believe confident speakers always know exactly what they want. But in reality, confidence often comes from accepting uncertainty. You don't need a perfectly defined dream to speak well about your future. You only need language that allows exploration. Today, let's learn how to talk about dreams while they are still forming, because real life is not a finished plan, it is a process. That already makes me feel better. Sometimes I think I must have a clear 5-year plan before speaking. Listen, even many successful professionals don't have that. Instead of saying strong, fixed statements, English speakers often use flexible expressions. Here is a powerful one. I'm figuring things out. Simple, honest, natural. For example, I'm still figuring out which direction suits me best. This sounds thoughtful, not lost. Oh, so uncertainty is acceptable? Not only acceptable, it can sound mature. When you express curiosity about your future, people see self-awareness. Let's build a useful phrase structure. Step 1, acknowledge uncertainty. Step 2, show intention. Step 3, express motivation. Listen, I'm still exploring different opportunities, but I'm especially interested in work that allows creativity and collaboration. Notice how balanced this sounds. Yes, it feels real, like something I could actually say. Good. Now let's talk about another common emotional struggle. Many learners worry their dreams sound too small. Have you ever compared your goals with others? All the time. Some people say they want global success, leadership positions, huge achievements. Sometimes my dream is simple. I just want a peaceful life and meaningful work. And I worry that sounds unambitious. This is very important. English conversations today increasingly respect personal values, not only big achievements. A peaceful life is not a small dream. It is a clear value. The key is learning how to express it confidently. Instead of saying, I just want a simple life, you can say, I value balance and meaningful experiences more than rapid success. Do you hear how strong that sounds? Yes, it feels intentional, not weak. Exactly. Language transforms perception. Now let's practice another transformation. Common sentence, I don't want stress. Improved version, I'm aiming for a lifestyle that supports well-being and long-term happiness. Now your dream sounds thoughtful and mature. I see a pattern. We move from negative language to positive intention. Beautiful observation. When speaking about dreams, positive framing builds credibility. Instead of avoiding something, you describe what you are building. Now let's explore a real-life scenario. Imagine you are talking with colleagues during lunch. Someone asks casually, so what are your long-term goals? This is not an interview. It's a relaxed conversation. Your answer can also feel relaxed. Try this.
I'm still discovering what excites me most, but I love to keep growing professionally while maintaining a healthy personal life. Notice the relaxed rhythm. Not too formal, not too dramatic. I like that. It feels comfortable to say. Yes, comfort creates fluency. Now let's talk about another common emotional struggle. Many learners worry their dreams sound too small. Have you ever compared your goals with others? All the time. Some people say they want global success, leadership positions, huge achievements. Sometimes my dream is simple. I just want a peaceful life and meaningful work, and I worry that sounds unambitious. This is very important. English conversations today increasingly respect personal values, not only big achievements. A peaceful life is not a small dream, it is a clear value. The key is learning how to express it confidently. Instead of saying, I just want a simple life, you can say, I value balance and meaningful experiences more than rapid success. Do you hear how strong that sounds? Yes, it feels intentional, not weak. Exactly. Language transforms perception. Now let's practice another transformation. Common sentence, I don't want stress. Improved version, I'm aiming for a lifestyle that supports well-being and long-term happiness. Now your dream sounds thoughtful and mature. I see a pattern. We move from negative language to positive intention. Beautiful observation. When speaking about dreams, positive framing builds credibility. Instead of avoiding something, you describe what you are building. Now let's explore a real-life scenario. Imagine you are talking with colleagues during lunch. Someone asks casually, so what are your long-term goals? This is not an interview. It's a relaxed conversation. Your answer can also feel relaxed. Try this. I'm still discovering what excites me most, but I'd love to keep growing professionally while maintaining a healthy personal life. Notice the relaxed rhythm. Not too formal, not too dramatic. I like that. It feels comfortable to say. Yes, comfort creates fluency. Now let's talk about another common emotional struggle. Many learners worry their dreams sound too small. Have you ever compared your goals with others? All the time. Some people say they want global success, leadership positions, huge achievements. Sometimes my dream is simple. I just want a peaceful life and meaningful work. And I worry that sounds unambitious. Listen, that extends to international networking. When you speak about dreams using this balanced language, something subtle happens. You stop trying to impress, you start trying to connect. And connection is the heart of confident English communication. I feel something changing. Before, dreams felt heavy to talk about. Now they feel shareable. That is a wonderful word. Shareable. Dreams are not performances, they are conversations. And when you speak about them naturally, people connect with you emotionally. Let's continue expanding this skill. Another helpful phrase is, I'm hoping to grow into. Example, I'm hoping to grow into a leadership role over time. Notice the phrase, over time. It removes pressure and sounds realistic. Yes, it feels patient. Patience is a strong signal of maturity in English communication. Now imagine someone challenges your dream. They say, that sounds difficult. Instead of defending yourself strongly, you can respond calmly, yes, it will take time, but I'm excited about the learning process. This shows resilience without arrogance. That feels very confident because confidence often sounds peaceful, not loud. And as you continue speaking about dreams using this balanced language, something subtle happens. You stop trying to impress, you start trying to connect. And connection is the heart of confident English communication.
Nora, something interesting is happening while we talk. Before, when I thought about dreams, I imagined big announcements, like I needed one impressive sentence that explained my entire future. But now I feel like dreams can be described slowly, piece by piece. That realization is very important. Many learners believe they must deliver a perfect dream statement. But real conversations about the future are gradual discoveries. You don't reveal everything at once, you share layers. And today, we will practice how to expand your dream naturally during longer conversations. Because in real life, people often ask follow-up questions. They don't stop after one answer. Yes, that's where I usually struggle. I can answer the first question, but when they ask more, I run out of words. Exactly. So let's learn how to continue the conversation without pressure. Imagine this situation. You meet someone at a conference. They ask, "What are you passionate about?" You answer, "I'm interested in education and personal development." Then they ask, "What made you interested in that?" Now you need expansion language. Here's a simple structure: past experience, personal feeling, future direction. Example: I realized over time that I enjoy helping people understand new ideas. That experience made me want to explore opportunities related to learning and development. Do you notice how natural this sounds? Yes, it feels like telling a story instead of giving a formal answer. Exactly. Story language makes dreams believable. Let's practice another scenario. Someone asks, "How did you discover your dream?" Many learners freeze because they think dreams must appear suddenly, but most dreams develop slowly. You can say, "It wasn't a single moment. Over time, I noticed what kind of work gave me energy." This sentence sounds thoughtful and mature. I like that because honestly, I never had a dramatic realization. And that honesty builds connection. Now let's talk about a powerful emotional skill in English conversations: admitting change. Sometimes your dream changes. Many learners feel embarrassed to say this. They worry people will think they lack direction, but change can sound intelligent when expressed well. Instead of saying, "I changed my dream," try, "My goals have evolved as I gained more experience." That sounds very professional. Yes, the word evolved shows growth, not confusion. Here are more useful phrases. My perspective has changed over time. I've refined my goals. I'm moving toward a different direction now. These expressions show maturity. So changing dreams is not failure? Not at all. Changing dreams often means learning more about yourself. Now let's explore a deeper emotional situation. Imagine you are talking to someone very successful. You admire them. They ask, "What is your long-term vision?" This question feels intimidating. Your heart might beat faster. Yes, I would panic immediately. Let's slow that moment down. You don't need a grand vision speech. You only need clarity of intention. Try this. In the long term, I hope to keep developing my skills and contribute to projects that have meaningful impact. Simple, calm, real. Notice how we avoid exaggeration. I see something now. We rarely say extreme things like, "I will change the world." Exactly. In serious conversations, understatement often sounds more powerful. Now let's practice emotional nuance. Sometimes your dream includes uncertainty and fear. You can express this honestly. For example, "It's still a learning journey for me, but I'm excited to see where it leads." This sentence communicates courage. That feels very human. Yes, and human language creates strong impressions. Let's move into a role play practice. I will ask questions people commonly ask when discussing dreams. Answer naturally. Ready? Ready. What motivates you to keep working toward your goals? I think the feeling of improving little by little motivates me. Excellent. Let's expand slightly. What motivates me most is seeing gradual improvement and knowing I'm moving forward. Do you hear the smooth flow? Yes, it sounds confident but not arrogant. Exactly. Now another question. What does success mean to you? This question appears often in interviews and deep conversations. Many learners answer with money or status, but deeper answers create stronger connection. Example: for me, success means continuous growth and having a positive influence on others. That sounds meaningful because success becomes personal, not competitive. Now let's explore vocabulary that softens dream statements. These words are extremely useful. Hopefully, ideally, eventually, over time, in the long run. Listen, eventually, I'd like to take on more responsibility. In the long run, I hope to build something meaningful. These words reduce pressure while keeping ambition alive. I notice they make dreams sound patient. Yes, patience communicates realism. Now I want to discuss a hidden fear many learners have. Sometimes you worry that your dream sounds ordinary. Maybe you don't want fame or leadership. Maybe you want stability, learning, family, or creativity. You may think this sounds boring. Yes, sometimes I feel my dream is too normal. But ordinary dreams are deeply relatable, and relatable language builds strong communication. Instead of saying, I just want a normal life, you can say, I hope to build a stable and fulfilling life where I continue growing personally and professionally. Now your dream sounds intentional and wise. That changes everything. Same meaning, different feeling. Exactly. English allows you to elevate simple ideas through thoughtful wording. Now let's explore conversation continuation again. After you describe your dream, people often ask, why is that important to you? This question invites emotional explanation. You could answer, because I believe meaningful work brings long-term satisfaction, or I've learned that fulfillment matters more to me than quick success. These answers feel deep but easy to understand. That's the goal, emotional depth with simple English. Now let's practice building longer responses step by step. We will create a full dream explanation together. Start with intention. I hope to work in a role where I can solve meaningful problems. Add motivation. I enjoy challenges that require creativity and collaboration. Add future vision. Over time, I'd like to grow into a position where I can guide others as well. Now you have a complete, natural answer. That sounds like something a confident professional would say. And you are becoming that speaker. Confidence grows through structure. Now let's discuss another emotional moment. Sometimes someone asks, what if your dream doesn't work out? This question can feel discouraging. Instead of sounding defensive, you can show resilience. Example, even if my plans change, the skills and experiences I gain will still be valuable. That feels very strong emotionally. Yes, resilience language makes dreams sound realistic. Here are more examples. I'm open to adapting as I learn more. I see the journey itself as success. I'm focused on growth rather than a fixed outcome. I like that idea, growth instead of outcome, because life rarely follows a fixed script. Now let's imagine a deeper conversation. You and a friend are talking late at night. The atmosphere is calm. They ask, what do you really want in life? This is not a professional question, it is emotional. You could say, I want to keep becoming a better version of myself while contributing something meaningful to others. That sounds peaceful. Yes, peaceful language often sounds confident. Now let's practice emotional storytelling. Instead of only describing your dream, describe the feeling behind it. For example, I feel happiest when I'm learning and sharing ideas, so I hope my future work allows me to continue doing that. Emotion plus intention creates authenticity. I realize something. When I focus on feelings, words come more easily. Exactly. Feelings guide language naturally. Now here's an advanced technique, but simple. Use contrast. Contrast shows reflection. Example, I used to think success meant recognition, but now I value meaningful impact more. This sentence sounds deeply thoughtful. Yes, it shows personal growth, and growth is attractive in conversation. Let's do one more role play. I'll ask a reflective question. Answer slowly. What kind of person do you hope to become? I hope to become someone who keeps learning, supports others, and stays curious about life. That is a beautiful answer. Simple words, strong meaning. And this is the secret many learners discover. You do not need complicated English to describe profound dreams. You only need honest language delivered calmly.
I feel less afraid now when I imagine future conversations. That feeling is confidence beginning to grow. When your language reflects your true thoughts, speaking stops feeling like performance. It becomes connection. And once you reach that point, talking about your dreams no longer feels risky. It feels natural.
Now that we've explored how to describe dreams clearly and realistically, let's move into something even more important. Real conversations rarely stay theoretical. Sooner or later, someone asks you to speak about your dream in action, not only what you hope for, but what you are doing now. And this moment changes everything, because confidence grows when your dream connects to daily behavior.
Yes, I've noticed that question. People ask, so what are you doing to reach that goal? And suddenly I feel exposed. Sometimes I feel like I haven't done enough yet.
That feeling is very human. Many learners think they must already be successful before speaking confidently about their dreams. But English conversations value effort, not perfection. You don't need dramatic achievements. You only need progress language. Let's learn one of the most powerful phrases you can use. I'm currently working on. For example, I'm currently working on improving my communication skills. I'm currently working on gaining more experience in my field. I'm currently working on small projects that help me learn. This phrase shows action without pressure.
It sounds honest, not exaggerated.
Exactly. Serious conversations respect honesty. Now imagine this situation. You're talking with a manager or mentor. They ask, how are you preparing for your future goals? You can respond calmly, I'm focusing on building strong foundations and learning as much as possible. Notice how this answer avoids comparison with others. It focuses on your journey.
I like that. Sometimes I feel behind compared to others.
Many people feel that way, but confident speakers rarely compare timelines. Instead, they describe learning processes. Here are useful expressions. I'm developing my skills step by step. I'm gaining experience gradually. I'm trying to learn from every opportunity. These phrases show commitment.
I notice these sentences feel encouraging even to myself.
Yes, language doesn't only communicate to others, it also shapes your own mindset. Now let's explore a realistic role play practice. Imagine you meet someone experienced in your industry. They ask, what steps are you taking toward your dream? How would you answer?
Maybe I'm learning new skills and trying to improve little by little.
Good start. Let's refine it slightly. I'm actively learning new skills and looking for opportunities to apply what I learn. Hear the difference?
Yes, it sounds more intentional.
Exactly. Intentional language builds credibility. Now let's talk about another emotional challenge. Sometimes you feel your progress is slow, and when speaking English, you may feel embarrassed to admit that. But slow progress can sound wise when expressed correctly. Instead of saying, I'm moving slowly, you can say, I'm taking a steady and thoughtful approach.
That sounds much more positive.
Yes, English often reframes pace as strategy. Another example, I prefer a sustainable growth rather than quick results. This sounds mature and self-aware.
I like that expression, sustainable growth.
It's a very natural phrase in professional conversations. Now let's explore a deeper situation. Sometimes someone challenges your ambition. They might say, that sounds difficult. Are you sure you can do that? These moments test emotional confidence. Instead of defending yourself aggressively, you can calmly respond, yes, it's challenging, but I see it as a long-term learning journey.
I see. Calm answers feel stronger than defensive ones.
Exactly. Calm confidence creates respect. Now let's move into extended role play practice. We will simulate a longer conversation, the kind that happens during networking or professional meetings. I will guide the conversation naturally. Ready?
Ready.
So, what inspired your long-term goals?
I think my experiences helped me understand what kind of work feels meaningful to me.
Excellent. Now expand. Over time, my experiences help me realize what kind of work feels meaningful to me.
Yes, that sounds smoother.
Next question. Where do you hope this path will lead you?
I hope it leads me to work where I can grow and help others.
Very good. Let's add emotional clarity. I hope it leads me toward work where I can continue growing while contributing positively to others.
I notice I'm using longer sentences more comfortably now.
That's because you are thinking in ideas, not translating word by word. Now, another question. What keeps you motivated during difficult times?
I remind myself that progress takes time and every experience helps me learn.
Beautiful answer. That sounds authentic and confident. Now let's pause and talk about something important. Dream conversations are not only about ambition, they are also about identity. People are often listening for your values. Let's practice expressing values clearly. Here are powerful value statements. I value continuous learning. I value meaningful relationships. I value creativity and independence. I value stability and balance. Then connect them to action. Example, I value continuous learning, so I try to challenge myself regularly.
That makes speaking easier because I know what matters to me.
Exactly. Values give direction to your dreams. Now let's explore a sensitive emotional situation. Sometimes your dream is still private. You may not want to share everything. English offers polite ways to protect personal space. You can say, I'm still shaping my long-term vision. I'm exploring a few possibilities right now. I prefer to keep some plans flexible. These responses sound respectful and confident.
That's helpful. Sometimes I feel pressure to explain everything.
You never need to share more than you feel comfortable sharing. Confidence also includes boundaries. Now let's discuss another important skill: how to respond when someone shares their big dream. This is part of fluent conversation too. Instead of saying only, "That's nice," try restorative responses. "That sounds meaningful." "That's an inspiring goal." "I admire that direction."
So confident speakers also know how to react, not only speak.
Exactly. Conversation is collaboration. Now let's imagine a deeper dialogue between friends. Your friend asks, "Do you think your dream will change?" You can respond thoughtfully, "I believe my direction will stay similar, but my understanding will continue evolving,"
That sounds wise.
because it accepts change without losing identity. Now let's practice describing progress over time. A very natural structure is past, present, future. Example, in the past, I focused mainly on gaining experience. Now I'm developing clearer goals, and in the future, I hope to take on more responsibility.
That structure feels very logical.
Yes, logical storytelling makes dreams easy to understand. Now let's move into a longer speaking practice. Imagine someone asks you 3 questions in sequence. First, what is your dream? Second, why does it matter to you? Third, what are you doing about it? Listen to this complete answer. I hope to build a career that allows continuous learning and meaningful contribution. This matters to me because I feel most fulfilled when I'm growing and helping others grow. Right now, I'm focusing on developing my skills and gaining experience step by step.
That sounds like a real conversation answer.
Exactly. And notice no complicated vocabulary, only clear thoughts. Now let's talk about emotional confidence again. Sometimes you may feel nervous sharing dreams because you fear failure, but confident English speakers often acknowledge uncertainty openly. You can say, I don't know exactly where this path will lead, but I'm excited to explore it.
That sentence feels hopeful.
Hope is a powerful emotional tone. It sounds optimistic without sounding unrealistic. Now imagine someone says, "You seem very passionate about this." Instead of denying it, accept gracefully. "Yes, it's something I genuinely care about." Simple, honest.
I like how natural that sounds.
Because natural confidence is quiet. It does not need dramatic language. And as you practice these conversations, you begin to notice something important. Talking about dreams becomes less about impressing others and more about understanding yourself while speaking.
I think that's what I'm feeling now. Before, English conversations felt like tests. Now they feel like reflections.
When English becomes a tool for reflection, confidence grows naturally. You stop memorizing sentences, you start expressing identity. And when that happens, people don't only hear your English, they feel your sincerity. And sincerity is what makes your dreams sound real. As our conversation continues, I want you to notice something. At the beginning, talking about lifelong dreams felt heavy, maybe even intimidating. But now, after practicing together, dreams no longer sound like distant fantasies. They sound like conversations about growth. And this is the final step of confident English speaking, learning how to close a conversation about your dreams naturally. Because endings matter. The way you finish speaking often leaves the strongest impression. I never thought about that before. Usually I just stop talking or say something like, "That's all," and then it feels awkward. Yes, many learners experience that moment. They explain their dream well, and then suddenly the energy drops. So today, let's learn how to end dream conversations with calm confidence. One beautiful strategy is called open-ended closing. Instead of ending strongly, you leave space for continuation. For example, "I'm excited to see how things develop over time." This sentence gently closes your idea while inviting future conversation. That sounds smooth. It doesn't feel final. Exactly. Dream conversations should feel alive, not finished. Here are more natural closing phrases. "I'm looking forward to learning where this journey takes me." "I'm curious to see how my goals evolve." "I'm grateful for the opportunity to keep growing." These endings sound reflective and mature. I notice they focus on the journey again. Yes, because lifelong dreams are never truly completed. They continue changing as we grow. Now let's imagine a realistic situation. You've been talking with a colleague about your future plans. The conversation is ending. You might say, "It's something I'm still developing, but I feel positive about the direction I'm heading." Simple, balanced, confident. I like that sentence. It feels peaceful. Peaceful confidence is very powerful. Now let's talk about emotional authenticity. Sometimes after sharing your dream, you may feel vulnerable. You revealed something personal. That feeling is normal. Instead of hiding it, you can acknowledge it naturally. For example, "I'm still learning and growing, but talking about it helps me stay motivated." This shows honesty without weakness. Yes, sharing dreams can feel emotional because dreams are connected to identity. And when you speak honestly in another language, you are doing something brave. You are allowing others to see your hopes through new words. Now let's practice a full closing conversation together. I'll guide the situation. You've just had a meaningful discussion with someone about your goals. They say, "That sounds like a meaningful path." How do you respond? Maybe, "Thank you. I hope I can continue improving." Good. Let's make it slightly more natural. "Thank you. I'm grateful to be learning along the way." Yes, that sounds warmer. Warm language creates connection. Now, another closing situation. Someone asks, "Do you feel confident about your future?" Instead of pretending certainty, you can say, "I feel hopeful and motivated, even though I know there's still a lot to learn." This answer feels honest and strong. I noticed something. Confidence here doesn't mean knowing everything. Exactly. Real confidence sounds like calm acceptance of uncertainty. Now let's slow down and reflect together. Think about how your answers changed during this episode. At first, dreams felt like big statements. "I want success. I want to achieve something great." But now your language sounds different. I'm working toward meaningful growth. I hope to contribute positively. I'm exploring my path step by step. Do you feel the emotional difference? Yes. Before, my dreams sounded like pressure. Now they sound like a journey I'm allowed to walk slowly. That realization is the heart of confident English communication. You are not performing success, you are describing progress, and progress is relatable across every culture. Now I want to give you a final speaking practice. Imagine someone asks you one last question. What does your dream mean to you personally? Take a moment. Breathe. Speak slowly. Here's one natural answer. My dream represents growth, learning, and the opportunity to contribute something meaningful while continuing to discover who I am. That sounds deep, but also simple. Yes, depth does not require complicated words. It requires honest intention. Now, let's talk directly to you, the listener. Maybe you have avoided speaking about your dreams in English. Maybe you worried your vocabulary was not strong enough. Maybe you thought your dreams sounded too big, or too small, or not clear yet. But today, you learned something important. You do not need perfect English to describe a meaningful future. You only need language that reflects sincerity, patience, and direction. I feel like I understand now. Dream conversations are not tests, they are invitations. Exactly. They invite connection, they invite understanding. And every time you speak about your future calmly and honestly, you strengthen both your English and your confidence. Let's review the emotional habits you practiced today. You learned to speak about dreams without exaggeration, show ambition with humility, express uncertainty confidently, describe progress instead of perfection, end conversations with openness and hope. These are not only English skills, they are life communication skills. I feel like I'm proud, actually. Before this conversation, I thought my English limited me. Now I feel like English helps me understand my own dreams better. And that is a beautiful transformation. Language becomes powerful when it helps you think more clearly about your life. So the next time someone asks, "What is your dream?" you don't need a dramatic answer. You can simply breathe, smile, and say, "I'm still discovering my path, but I'm excited about where it's leading." Take a gentle pause. That feels natural. Yes, natural is confident. Before we finish, I want you to imagine a small moment in your future. You were speaking English with someone new. You feel calm. You are not searching for perfect words. You are simply sharing who you are becoming. And in that moment, you realize something quietly powerful. You are no longer afraid to speak. I think many listeners want that feeling. And step by step, they are moving toward it. Thank you for spending this time with us. Thank you for practicing, reflecting, and growing together. Keep speaking gently. Keep speaking honestly. Keep building confidence, one conversation at a time. Thank you for guiding us today, Nora. It's been a joy learning together. This is Speak English Confident, and wherever your dreams take you, may your voice always feel strong enough to share them.